Hello everyone, welcome back to another Patricia video, and this is one that's been long awaited. Y'all don't even understand. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the Patricia lore today. It's a big ramble, so if you don't like videos where you're just hearing talking for like 30 minutes, you can click off, but before you do, like, subscribe, comment, the like, because we need it, y'all. This is going to be our year 2025, which I know we still have a couple months, but babes, it's October. After October, we get November, December, and then 2025, which is going to be our year. Y'all don't even know. So, hit it, like, subscribe, comment, share, send it to your friends if you enjoyed this video, especially, and, let's get Patricia going, you know? But this has been going on for such a long time, that I felt like I needed to make this video instantly, because we've got a wiki going on, and, that's really helpful, but I would really like, in a video form, kind of going through, the lore of Patricia. So, let's get this started. Super basic. We're gonna break the fourth wall for a second. I'm Caleb. The other one is Jeriel, and there's a third kind of behind the scenes. You've heard Doll Patricia, and we've kind of got something else going on that we're working on, but that's Ellie. And Patricia started originally with Ellie. She had this baby doll that she named Patricia that I don't think I have pictures of still, but I used to. And it was this blonde baby doll. And that baby doll, obviously being named Patricia, then turned into who is, to this date, still known as Doll Patricia. Doll Patricia has gone through a lot of changes. Currently, she has no feet. They're needles, like pins that you... So there's that. But Doll Patricia was the first Patricia ever. And then, sometime probably during the pandemic, a little bit before that, potentially, I want to say it was a little bit before that, like 2019, maybe late 2018, if we're being super dramatic. But I think it was like 2019, late 2019. Patricia began. With Doll Patricia stealing lipstick. This was a catalyst. This video turned into more Doll Patricia videos on Ellie's personal channel. Well, Patricia started to, you know, be incorporated into our friend group with Doll Patricia, where Jeriel was the first one to jump on the bandwagon. Within that day, Jeriel said, I will be real life Patricia. And then, another person who currently I do not want to say because I have a bad relationship with this person, and I'm not going to name drop in this video someone that I personally don't talk to. If you know who you are, or if you're watching this and you know who you are, you're welcome, but like, you're not. I don't care. Like, I doubt you care. I just don't want to name drop. If you do find out who it is, or if you, like, no, don't send any hate, don't anything like that, because that's just a bad thing to do. Like, you're just a bad person if you're doing that. They literally could have sent me death threats, which I don't believe they did, but, like, and you should not be sending them back. You should not be talking to anyone about it. You should not be interacting. Don't send hate. Okay. Sorry. Had to go on that little rant. So, they jumped on and said, hey, I'll play Crystal, Doll Patricia's cousin. And which that was like an hour from the real life Patricia creation, within maybe another hour from Crystal, 30 minutes at least, I ended up as Gotcha Patricia. So we had 4 different Patricia characters, or like Patricia's. There were 3 versions of Patricia, and then her cousin Crystal, which ended up being what was then known as the 4 Patricias. So that was the original channel, and the Four Patricias had a logo. They released music. They had a bunch of stuff. And so, it started with Doll Patricia, but then when Real Life Patricia came in, Jeriel, or Malord, is another name. That's their alias, and that's what they use on YouTube. They ended up posting their videos both on their personal channel and on the Patricia channel. So, with them posting on the Patricia channel, and their personal channel, Patricia kind of grew a little bit from that, with the exposure from both channels. But either way, we ended up releasing Time to Act, which was our first Patricia song ever. And it was just kind of thrown together, last minute. I edited the video, Jeriel recorded it, and boom, baya, we had a song. Granted, it's terrible. You can listen to it right now. It's on the archive album, which you can find here on YouTube, in playlists on our channel, which you should subscribe to. And make sure to like that video. Go listen to the entire album. It's really funny. It's meant to be funny, but it's really funny. So you could listen. That was our first kind of jump into music, which is something that, as you can see today, with Salon, which you can find on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, you name it, you could probably find it on there. Salon is everywhere except for one song, and by the end of this video, we will get to why, hopefully, if I remember, which if I don't, then you'll have a surprise coming soon. Okay, anywho, so we ended up writing this, like, story built into the rest of the songs, and we started releasing more music. We had an EP, which I believe was the Hellscape EP. That could be wrong. It also might be the, so it might, so it's either the, yeah. And then we released an album, which I cannot remember the name of currently, but, the EP and the album together actually equal what is today's archive album, which we'll get to. So the Four Patricias then ended up having a bunch of other characters be implemented. So there was Patricia's aunt and Patricia's grandmother, who kind of had small cameos. There was a Cowgirl, who then once again showed up for this channel. There's Barbara and Katie, who also once again show up. And then there was a fifth Patricia. Not actually a Patricia, but this girl was known as Patricia's ex-husband, but they got a divorce, and then she ended up being trans and transitioned. So we cannot remember her name currently, but we know that there's archives out there, so we're currently searching to find what her name is. If we do, maybe I'll put it in the comments down below or the description. We'll figure it out. But she had a name, and she ended up making 2 or 3 videos on the Patricia channel, and then something happened. Videos were posted. We had a lot of Real Life Patricia content. Gotcha Patricia had a couple bits, like, but the thing is that the main posters were Jeriel, edited by me, and I posted it, and I edited it, and I made the thumbnails. And then there was a argument and a friendship that kind of ended, and we're not going to get into why. We spill tea on this channel, but not about this. And Ellie and I, who at the time went by Exie, and we kind of see Exie and Ellie as 2 different people, because they really are in many different ways. Ellie changed so much between being Exie and being Ellie, and Ellie and I ended up having this argument, or rather, Exie and I had this argument about a stupid boy and her liking him still, and it was silly, but it was also something that I really got hurt by, and she got hurt by, and it ended up separating me from the rest of the group. So the three of them went off on their own. Unnamed person who played Crystal, Jeriel, and Ellie. And then, obviously, the fifth Patricia kind of fell off. So she kind of fell off, and then the rest of us kind of stayed on, but then I got kicked out. And then the Patricia channel kind of sat, right? Maybe like 2 or 3 videos got posted, but it sat. The 4 Patricia, or the 5 Patricias, but then got back to the 4, and then that was because Gotcha Patricia was removed. And no one really posted videos. And then for give or take 3 or 4 months, I ended up excommunicating all of them and vice versa. So we did not talk at all. And within this time, like I said, the Patricia channel sat, and I ended up going off on my own endeavors, and there's still videos up right now with someone who I'm not going to mention. If you find them, congratulations. If you don't, whatever. Please don't. Thank God you haven't, if you haven't. But I ended up going with them, and then suddenly, one day, I ended up recommunicating with Jeriel, and we talked it out. And it turns out that within the time that I had split, a lot had went down between the boy and Ellie. And while right now, currently, we are friends with this guy again, at the time, they had a lot of drama. A lot of things went down. People got in trouble in real life. People had really been affected by it. And so what ended up happening with them is Ellie stopped talking to this guy, and a lot of what the argument was over between Ellie and I was kind of stupid and useless now, especially because he was not really our friend anymore. But that didn't change what had happened. So, by this point, I'm friends with the no longer my friend person who played Crystal, and Jeriel again, but Ellie and I are not. So I was like, okay, but no one's using the Patricia channel, and I would like to get back into it. I tried to hack into it, you could say. I tried to use, like, methods because I was able to sign in before, so I was trying to, like, grab it without her knowing. The problem came where Jeriel did not get the memo that other friend and I did and asked Ellie, which Ellie then, it clicked, and she ended up deleting the Google account, which in turn deleted the YouTube channel, the TikTok, and anything else that we had created, which was tragic, but it meant nothing. It meant nothing, because when there's rubble, you could still turn something in, or you could turn that into something. You could still build on top of the rubble. You just move it out. So, from the grounds of nothing, we rebuilt. And this channel today exists because of that channel. It wouldn't without it. So, we ended up making this. The archive album is all of the archived music from the previous channel. The videos with the salon are all, the first 3 are archived, my bad. The 4th one was the first new video, and then from there, we recorded new videos, and that was kind of our arsenal of how to start, was the archives and the concepts, but we really did build, in a sense, its own life form, where the characters that you see today are, technically speaking, the kids of real life Patricia from the other channel. And that's where we get into the lore aspect. So here's part 2, or the second section of this video. Patricia. On the other channel, there were 4 Patricias, then 5, then 4 again. But in concept, in reality, 2 of these characters weren't Patricia. Crystal and the unnamed husband that turned into transgender woman that we were sort of friends with, but sort of hated. So we excommunicate, and that channel, that we had built this story on, where Katie owned a bunch of salons, and Barbara owned a salon, and Barbara and Katie were friends and hated Patricia and the lesbian grandmas who were Barbara's mother, and Barbara's daughter Carrie, both liked Patricia, hated Barbara, and there was the ex, there was Crystal, who was Patricia's cousin, and Cowgirl was also real life Patricia's ex, but she was a doll, and it kind of ended around the time where we started making, like, anime Patricia, and there's a goth war where you either look kawaii or goth, and it was this, like, weird Patricia, like, editing photos and kind of making it into something, making it into this drama type thing, and we had the Drama Patricia account, which kind of fit into that concept. So, with that being said, we were building a new world, and then it kind of all ended, very abruptly. And the story, the lore, is that this war between goth and kawaii happened, and while Patricia was already in rubble, the Patriciacalypse happened. And yes, it is pronounced Patriciacalypse. So Patrish, take off the ia, and then put acalypse on. That is how you pronounce it. I've heard quite a few people don't know how to, so I've helped you. Patriciacalypse. And the Patriciacalypse basically was the destruction of the channel. However, in the story, in the lore, someone came upon Patricia, which you can hear and see in the Overthrow music video and in the song. Patricia came to be destroyed, and Patricia ended up, like, getting attacked by this, like, evil ruler, and he took away everything she had, her village, her life, her world, and she ended up fighting back and said, well, you could take away whatever you want, but I'm still here, I'm still living, and you messed up. You couldn't share, you couldn't live amongst us, so you might have attacked and won, but we can attack harder. We can fight harder. And that's exactly what Patricia did, getting back the Patricia. So, or, like, getting back the Patricia Island, or Patricia Village, or Patricia whatever you want to say. And so, when Patricia ended up getting back what was once hers, that's when the new channel came about. But, in the same breath, that is the end of real life Patricia. She's had, by this point, 4 children, who are all named, like her, because she's named Patricia Lulzis Kardashian, Patricia Lulzis. All 4. Not Patricia Lulzis the first, Patricia Lulzis the second, just Patricia Lulzis, Patricia Lulzis, Patricia Lulzis, and Patricia Lulzis. And all 4 of these kids, which you only see one within the previous channel, end up kind of being a part of this channel in some sense, in some lore sense. But you only see 2. The first Patricia is the oldest, which is the only one you ended up seeing in the other channel. And in concept, she plays part in this channel by existing and being a sister, but we don't include that Patricia. That Patricia is not a part of this channel, is not seen, is not heard from personally by any viewers. It is just something where, like, we might mention her, we might talk about the fact that we have an older sister, and then there's the 2 middle children, who are played by me. Hi, I'm the first middle child, so I was born in concept right after this one, and then there's Jeriel, who plays the third kid, or the other middle child, and that middle child is basically the closest and almost the same person as our Patricia, but they are different. They take on a different like, history, where IRL Patricia's history ends, this third child or other middle child, that's where her story starts. And then finally, you've got the youngest, who you haven't seen yet. We don't know if we're going to be getting content for the youngest child yet, but we do have someone to play her if she does come into the story, and that is also Patricia Lawley's. So in total, there's 4, but we only see 2, potentially 3. We'll wait and see if that does come out about. And the whole point is that we are taking Patricia's legacy and what Patricia left for us, or I should specify the original Patricia, IRL Patricia, our mother, what she left for us, and building something out of it. So the archive album is meant to be from IRL Patricia. Season's Greetings and the Salon EP currently are the music that our generation, or this set of Patricias, has put out. So, while some of it might have been written during her era, or are about IRL Patricia era, like Overthrow being about the Patriciacalypse, and the music video being about the Patriciacalypse, we still are releasing this music as our Patricias, not that Patricia. Now, I will say, Doll Patricia is alive, but she's dead. We're never gonna see Doll Patricia on the channel fully again, where she'll have regular videos. There might be 1 or 2 that comes out, and she's going to sing, and you saw her on Season's Greetings. She had a song, but you're never going to officially see her back at it again, where she'll have regular posts. Similarly, IRL Patricia is gone. Story-wise, she's not dead. She's nowhere near dead. She lives on a remote island taken care of by the oldest child, which is why we don't want her to be a part of it, is because in concept, she is the only one that is currently hearing from IRL Patricia, who we want to kind of kill off as a character, fully, and we want this new channel to be the new Patricias. So the first era was the archive era, right? We had the archive album. We kind of put out a bunch of videos with the archive style. Now, Season's Greetings doesn't have an era. It just kind of was an EP that we released. But I would like to call the pre-Salon EP era, which we'll get into when that starts, kind of the new era. Just the new era. It is just Patricia being this. So that would be like, what does the future behold? Like, what does the future hold video? Like the super long 30-minute video with like they just came out, or like came out around Christmas time, and up until the summer of 2024 was that new era. But the summer of 2024 started newer, sort of consistent posts throughout the months. So you had the Pride video, you had that vegan teacher video. Those are all the start and the birth of the Salon era. Even though the Salon EP wasn't out yet, the Salon era was still started. Which leads us to the final part in this video. What does come next is something that we've talked about before. And there was a whole video that we dedicated to it, like we just discussed. Well, officially putting it out there for you, we've got an album coming out called the Salon Album, which will also be on all streaming platforms. So if you go to these streaming platforms currently, even though while on YouTube, on our channel, on this channel, you can find the song Salon, you cannot find them on streaming platforms. This is because when the album comes out, the EP will still be up, or it will be taken down. Either way, all of those songs will be a part of the album. And on top of that, we're going to have more songs. And that will be the Salon album. So currently there's videos coming out. This one, and I know upon recording this, Friday, there's going to be a video of Patricia's TikToks condensed into one long video, which I would go follow Patricia's TikTok. She also has Instagram, all this other stuff. I know the socials are literally just the same name, or they'll be Patricia Lulzies, which after this video goes up, we should be changing Revamp Patricia to Patricia Lulzies within around the time. Now, whether or not this is a week before even, it might have already happened, but the name will no longer be Revamp Patricia. It will be Patricia Lulzies. And we are going to be releasing the Salon album. And the Salon album is going to be the end of the Salon era, in technical sense. Like, once we post the next bit of music, we've entered a new era. But all the videos that we post within the time of this album and the EP, starting from when I told you, are considered the Salon era. And the Salon era is an era where we sit here and we will be dedicating ourselves to what inspired us to continue Patricia. I'm going to be honest, the Salon albums were the most popular videos on the previous channel, and now coming into this channel, we didn't post any of those old videos that we had other than the Salon videos, because those were our focal point that led us to continue. And in a sense, it is a way to wrap up the 4 Patricias. In many ways, the 4 Patricias and the 5 Patricias and Drama Patricia and all of that was driven by the skits that came with the Salon videos. While other skits are going to come out forever and always, the Salon skits are over in a sense. They have been for a very long time, but we've never gotten a true goodbye, and the Salon era is that goodbye. I did say it ended with the album. It ends when new music comes out after this album releases. So there's going to be more projects that are considered the Salon era, but that is the end when new music is posted after this album. And that would be kind of the close up, the goodbye, officially, to what once was the most thriving era of Patricia, the Salon era. And that is all. That is the Patricia lore, both not breaking and breaking the fourth wall, and telling you kind of what this channel is, what this channel was, what came before this channel, what is going to be in the future for this channel. So I know this video is going to go up. Other videos are going up. We've been posting a little bit lately. I know. Patricia is on fire. TikTok, been posting. Instagram, a new post went up recently about music. And yeah, we've got so much more coming. I mean, this video is just talking, but so much more. So many more projects are going to come out, and I'm super excited. So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share the like, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!